The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Monday, November 10th. Bill's lightbulb moment, Taylor's awkward Giardino visit. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B spoilers for Monday, November 10th, reveal that Bill Spencer Don Diamont may have a lightbulb moment while Taylor Hayes Rebecca Budig makes an awkward Giardino visit. B&B fans know that Bill's been struggling with guilt over how he handled things with Luna Nozawa Lisa Yamada. If Bill hadn't let Luna pull the wool over his eyes, then she wouldn't have been free to target Will Spencer Krumaro. Bill will continue to wish he'd left Luna behind bars the first time around instead of arranging for her house arrest and eventual pardon. Will's life has been turned upside down thanks to Luna's pregnancy news, so it's easy to see why Bill feels terrible. However, Bill knows Electra Forrester, Lania Grace, is good for Will and that they both love each other deeply. There's a good chance Bill's about to have a lightbulb moment and offer up a small way to make amends for his past mistakes. Bill can't undo what happened with Luna, but he can at least create a little love nest for Will and Electra. Perhaps Bill will be the one to suggest that Will and Electra should move in the beach house together. It looks like that's indeed what Electra and Will are going to do later during the week of November 10 to 14, so Bill may give them the inspiration for this beachy move-in decision. Of course, we also know Bill's going to hire an energy healer for a toxic house in the coming episodes. Bill may assure Will and Electra that they can get all the bad Luna vibes out before they move in their new place. Instead of thinking about all the chaos that Luna created at the beach house, Electra and Will may ultimately hope they can make some wonderful memories there. In the meantime, Taylor will visit Giardino and score more praise from Sheila Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, who credits the doc with saving her marriage to Deacon Sharp, Sean Kanan. There'll be some awkward scenes as Sheila gushes over Taylor in front of Deacon, but Sheila may remain oblivious to their intense connection for now. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Sheila will inevitably get updates on some unsettling developments down the road, so stay tuned to see all the trouble Deacon and Taylor's bond will bring. CDL's where you want to be for thrilling Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, updates and news, so check back regularly for more B&B details. The morning sunlight slipped through the tall windows of the Spencer Forrester offices, casting long, sleek shadows across polished surfaces and reminders of old decisions. For Bill Spencer, the clamor of guilt had grown so loud it no longer whispered, it shouted. His mind turned again and again to the house arrest and pardon of Luna Nozawa, the ripple effects of his mercy move now flooding every yard of his life. If he hadn't let Luna pull the wool over his eyes, then things, he thought bitterly, things might have turned out differently for his son, Will Spencer. Bill's light bulb moment came not with a thunderclap, but in the half-empty boardroom, as he watched Will's distracted face in a meeting. Will's gaze kept drifting to a phone, to a message, to something outside the matter at hand. Bill realized. He couldn't just stand by and watch. He had to act. He had to fix something. He knew the past couldn't be undone, but perhaps the future could be amended. He pictured Will and Electra Forrester, in love, deeply in love, yet haunted by Luna's pregnancy news and the chaos that strewed behind it. Bill's idea: create a love nest for the pair. A fresh beach house, away from the spasms of guilt memory that Luna had left behind, away from the toxic heaviness of what-ifs. He would hire an energy healer, scrub out the bad vibes, make it a clean slate. It was small, but real. It was something tangible, and as the lightbulb flickered on in Bill's mind, somewhere else things were even more tangled. At the upscale Italian-themed restaurant Club Il Giardino, candlelight, white tablecloths, vines climbing columns, Taylor Hayes made her visit. She was there at the request of Sheila Carter Sharp, who gratefully credited Taylor for helping salvage her marriage to Deacon Sharp. Sheila's praise was effusive, almost oblivious to the tension coiled beneath. Taylor sat between Deacon and Sheila. The low hum of waiters, the clink of glasses, they all faded for Taylor because she felt the weight of subtle glances and spoken words. Sheila sparkled with gratitude, talking of second chances, of love renewed. Deacon nodded, a comfortable smile plastered on his face. But Taylor's mind kept flitting to boundaries. She had spent sessions guiding Deacon, helping him find clarity, helping him heal. And perhaps, just perhaps, she felt something else stir, something she told herself not to name. As Sheila continued, Taylor shifted in her seat, looking at the menu but not really reading it. She felt the awkwardness of the moment stretch, like a tightrope between professionalism and something more. Sheila didn't yet see it, or maybe she wouldn't until the rope snapped. For now, she simply glowed, unaware of the tension between the therapist and her husband-client. Taylor wondered, how long before Sheila realizes? How long before Deacon's reluctance to be fully home, to be fully present, gives her a hint? Meanwhile, Bill marched into his office later that day with renewed resolve. He called Will and Electra into the glass-walled conference room. Will looked up, Electra too, both taken aback at being summoned like trainees. Bill cleared his throat. "I've been thinking," he said, "about moving forward, about undoing damage where we can." He laid out the beach house plan, showed them mock-ups, talked healing sessions, fresh starts. Will's shoulders relaxed a little. Electra's eyes shone, maybe hope, maybe relief. Bill saw it and felt something soften inside him. But he also knew, nothing was simple. Luna's presence, her past, her claims, her wounding effect, still lingered in every corner of their worlds. Was a beach house enough to outrun that? Maybe not, but it was something, and Bill was willing to act. Back at Il Giardino, the dinner wound down. Sheila finally pitched her voice lower and asked Taylor if she would consider a longer-term role in Sheila and Deacon's life. Taylor paused. She looked at Deacon. He met her gaze for a moment. Taylor nodded slowly. The decision lay before her. Stay strictly professional, enforce boundaries, return to her life outside Deacon and Sheila's holiday. Or blur them, and that choice made her heart flip. Deacon left the table to take a phone call. Taylor turned to Sheila. "Thank you, Sheila, for trusting me with this. It means a lot." Sheila patted her hand. "Taylor, you've always been there. And I don't know what we would have done without you." Taylor gave a small smile. But inside, a storm. Because Taylor knew something else too. When someone thanks you for saving their marriage, they might not understand the full story. They might not see everything that went on behind closed doors. And Sheila especially didn't see the way Deacon and Taylor had quietly crossed lines of closeness. Not yet. The seed of something bigger was planted. And Taylor felt it growing. Elsewhere, Dickie Sharp faced his own crisis, remorse, trust, and a moral dilemma about Remy Price and his partner's violent past. Remy begged for forgiveness. Dickie considered pulling away until Remy got the help he needed. The tensions of the day were like stretched wires throughout the Forrester Spencer universe. By the time Taylor left Il Giardino, the night air tasted different, cooler, sharper. She walked to her car, glanced back at the warm glow inside the restaurant. The laughter of Sheila, the soft murmur of Deacon and others, yet she felt the edges of the frame fraying. She got in, started the engine, and exhaled deeply. Tomorrow would bring therapy sessions, guidance, professional decisions. But today had opened something raw and real. At the Spencer Beach House, not yet the one Bill imagined, Will and Electra sat on the small balcony, ocean ahead, waves lapping. Will looked at Electra. He said quietly, "I wonder if this will heal things for us." Electra leaned her head on his shoulder. "I hope so," she whispered. She glanced at her phone, the image of Luna's face still there, still haunting. Will squeezed her hand. "We'll make new memories. I want that." And Bill's voice echoed in his mind. "Let's get the bad vibes out." As the night deepened, Bill stayed late in his office, the city lights shimmering beyond the windows. His light bulb moment glowed steady now. He might not redeem everything, might not fix every wound. But he would act, and sometimes, acting is the first step. Taylor arrived home, took off her coat, sat in the silence of her living room. She thought of Deacon smiling, of Sheila's gratitude, of boundaries bending. She wondered whether she should call someone, or simply breathe. Ultimately, she let her phone rest. Tomorrow, the sessions would begin again. But right now, she just sat with the knowing. So Monday, November 10th promises to be a pivot point. Bill's redemption attempt, Taylor's awkward tightrope. The beach house, the therapy chairs, the restaurant tables, they all point to forward motion in what has been a long, dragged-out slog of emotion, guilt, temptation, and longing. Will Bill's gesture bring Will and Electra closer, or will the shadows cast by Luna still lurk too large? Will Taylor stay purely professional, or will what's unspoken between her and Deacon tip the balance and create fallout? Will Sheila keep her blissful gratitude, or will she see what's unraveling beneath the surface and strike back? For the characters and the viewers alike, get ready. The ripple from one light bulb moment and one awkward restaurant visit may spread further than expected.